How's it going, everybody? Super Effective 87 here. I'm bringing you another battle in the OU tier. I'm really using a really cool team with the core Charizard X, Dragon Dance, and Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet is really cool with Charizard X because I can trap certain things that are counters to Charizard, like a Heatran or an Azumarill if it's locked into Aqua Jet, or, well, it can't KO my Wobbuffet anyways, so if I know it has like an Assault Vest or something, I can just straight up kill it, and then Charizard will be able to sweep with all of its counters gone. So yeah, that's the game plan. Then I paired it with Specs Latios because I wanted to, well, it's a really common core for one, but it's normally used because Latios can defog. But I wanted to use Specs Latios because it's not really prepared for, and for good reason. Every team basically runs a fairy. It's I don't really know how I feel about it, but it really made me happy in this game, so I'm probably going to keep it. Also, I'm running Modest. I ran, or Extra Shine, the guy whose team I used for my most recent narrated battle, that isn't this one. He had a Specs Modest Latios, and it was really cool in the game that I used, so I wanted to run it on my team, and it really puts in work this battle, as you'll see. Next I paired it with Tyranitar and Excadrill because I thought they would be a really cool fit, because I needed some speed and I needed a physical wall breaker. It is a Swords Dance Excadrill with return, because that way I can hit Rotoms, and then I have a Starmie just to spin and be a water type, which is another check to Keldeo. And yeah, that's the team. I hope I explained it well. I really like it so far. It really made me happy in this battle, and with that being said, let's just get on with this. So I'm going to lead with Latios because it has a really good matchup against a lot of things, except for Metagross and Landorus, but I thought Landorus is going to be Stealth Rock because it's most likely, or that's the most standard set, being Landorus with Stealth Rock. It could have been Scarf though, and if it would have led with the Scarf Landorus and gone for U-turn on my Latios, that would have kind of sucked. But it doesn't end up happening. He leads with Rotom, and I'm going to be able to get off a Specs Modest Psyshock, and it cleanly 2-hit KOs Clefable. Look at how much damage that did. That is beautiful. And this is really cool because it's also going to cause some confusion, because, I mean, like, who runs Specs Latios, and then who runs Modest Specs Latios. So, yeah, hopefully I have that going for me. But it cleanly 2-hit KOs, so I'm going to go to my Wobbuffet, hoping to trap the Metagross, which he does end up going into because he didn't want his Clefable to die, and since it's Clefable, it can probably softball later on in the match. I get the prediction right. He goes in Metagross. If it's Wall Breaker set, he's going to die, which is cool because then one of his threats is gone. But if he's Agility or Rock Polish, he's going to go for that, and I'll be able to Encore him and then go into whatever I want. He is going to end up being Agility, and I'm going to Encore him. It kind of sucks because I really wanted him to hit me so I could kill him. I'm going to go with my T-Tar now, and I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave in case he wanted to stay in, because Encore, like, because T-Tars only run like Pursuit most of the time. They run Stealth Rock, Ice Beam, Stone Edge, and Pursuit. So if he wanted to, he could stay in, I guess. It would have been kind of dumb, but he probably would have gotten a kill. I don't know. Thunder Wave, I just stay in on his Landorus anyways, and I get up my Stealth Rock. So nothing really happened, although I did take 29% from a U-turn. Now I'm going to go to my Latios as he goes into the Rotom. Now I have this monster back in here. The burn kind of is unfortunate because if he gets Stealth Rocks up, it's going to wear me down a lot with Sand and the burn. I'm going to go for another Psyshock. I could have predicted this and gone for like Hidden Power Fire. That was probably my best play, but I end up going for Psyshock like a noob. But it does 11%, which is really kind of cool because he quad resists that, and it does 11% still. And it's a Metagross, so it has Mega Metagross, so it's boosted defense. Here, I predict him to switch out, and I'm going to go for another Psyshock, and I get it right, which is amazing for me, because since I'm running Dragon Claw Charizard and not Outrage, now I'll be able to kill him with a +1 Dragon Claw. Because, well, he's going to make me neutral, but I'll be able to kill him, basically, with Stealth Rocks. So, that was really nice. I'm going to go for another Psyshock, I believe, as he goes back into his Metagross. And, yeah, that's what's going to happen. And, I probably should have predicted that again. I played that kind of sloppy. That was pretty obvious, but, whatever. I guess it happened. So, I'm going to go into my Wobbuffet now, because it's my bulkiest thing. If he goes for it's like my best switch in, because if he goes for Mash, like, I'll just Encore him, and I have Custap Berry, so I'll be able to Destiny Bond and kill Metagross. But he's going to go for Agility again, and this is kind of a dumb turn of events where I just stay in it and I go for counter. I don't know why I didn't just go for Agility, but Encore, but I eventually do that, and I'm going to be able to go into my Charizard Mega Evolve, which is cool because I get the Mega Evolve off, and fire off a Flare Blitz, and nothing really wants to switch into this. As you'll see, Latios takes a clean 60% from this Adamant Flare Blitz. Man, shiny Charizard looks so cool, dude. So yeah, 60%. Now he only has a few more Rock Switch-ins. Unfortunately, I take a decent amount of recoil. I'm going to go my T-Char now because it's my best switch into Latios. And I'm going to go for an Ice Beam here. One, to potentially nail the Landorus, which he does go into. And two, because it was my best option versus Latios. And he probably didn't want to stay in to get Thunder Wave, because then I didn't even need to Dragon Dance with my Charizard. And I could have outsped him with a Latios, with my own Latios. So yeah, I end up killing his Landorus with Ice Beam. I go to my Wobbuffet onto the Clefable. He's going to Soft Boil, and then he's going to go for a knockoff. And that's cool for me because now I can Encore him and then start hitting him with counters. Unfortunately, the counters don't really do that much. I'm just skipping these turns because it's just me countering. He doesn't die to that one. And now his Encore ends, so he'll be able to get off a Soft Boiled, which is awful. So now I go for Encore, and I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Charizard because it's my best thing to take Fairy attacks now. Oh, sorry. Alright, I remember this play. I go to my Starmie, and then I Rapid Spin because I thought he had Stealth Rocks up. Stealth Rocks don't really show up that well in Showdown, which I'm sure you've noticed. And I swear, there was a little rock. I could see it. But the background was also sandy for a lot of the time. So I thought he had rocks up, but he didn't. So I spun nothing. Whatever, it's fine. You didn't see that. I'm going to go into my Charizard now because he's still locked into Soft Boiled, so I have nothing to fear. And he has to go for Soft Boiled again, obviously. Now I'm going to switch out because his Encore ends, and I'm afraid of the Thunder Wave, so I'm going to Scout for it, and I'm going to go into my Wobbuffet because it's useless now. It has no Custap. He goes for Moonblast here, showing me he definitely does not have Thunder Wave, or else he would have went for it, unless I'm getting next level, and he's going to Thunder Wave me now. Perfectly, greatly, awesome, amazingly. He's going to go for a Moonblast and not Thunder Wave, which is really good for me because now I can just use this to set up, and nothing really wants to switch in case I do go for an attack. I just want to get up to around enough HP so where I can stomach 2 Moonblasts. Kind of dangerous for me because he could get a crit. I'm going to go to my Charizard now, and he's going to do a really smart thing. He's going to constantly bring in his Hawlucha, and he's going to try and weaken it to Stealth Rocks, and I didn't really notice what he was doing until like a few turns before, but I wasn't really afraid of it because Hawlucha's really weak, and I was at +2 speed, so I thought, I didn't calculate it, but I thought if he's Jolly, then he'll outspeed me, but he won't be able to kill me if I'm healthy enough. And nothing's going to be able to hit me because I'm going to be faster than everything. So, and if he's Adamant, then I might outspeed him. So I wasn't really afraid of Hawlucha there. I'm going to go for Dragon Claw here, and here I don't kill the Rotom, and he's going to go for a Hydro Pump, and I'm just going to continuously spam Roost, hoping he misses a Hydro Pump, because then the game is basically mine. He's going to go for a Pain Split here. Now I'm just going to go for a Dragon Claw and knock him out because I didn't really want to play around with crits. I thought that would be my best play. So yeah, that happens. He's going to go in his Hawlucha, and he's going to switch back out, trying to whittle it down to Stealth Rock so it'll get the Unburden boost and then outspeed my Charizard and then kill me. So yeah, that's what he's trying to do, and I'm going to go for Roost on his Clefable, and he's going to hit me down with the Moonblast. I'm going to go for another Roost, and this just keeps happening over and over again, and eventually he's going to switch back into his Hawlucha, I think. Or he's going to go into Mega Gross, and I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz, and I'm going to knock that out. And now he's going to bring back in his Hawlucha, take more Stealth Rocks damage, and yeah, I really wish I would have recognized what he was doing, or else I probably would have changed the way... Oh, shoot, I knocked the cord over, I'm sorry. I probably would have changed the way I was playing. I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw and knock out this Latios after going for Roost. And I thought this was game here, so I said GG. And I said GG, well played, because I really liked the battle, so I wasn't trying just to show you guys I'm not being a dick. And now his Halucha is in Custap range. This is fine though, but he gets a crit. So now I'm kind of sweating a little bit. What I should have done right here is gone into my Starmie immediately and then try and live in Acro, but I'm going to foolishly go into my Tyranitar. And this will make it so that my plan was, I'm going to go to my Excadrill now and just outspeed him. But you're going to see, after my Charizard, or my Tyranitar falls to the floor, that he is able to outspeed me and kill me with a high jump kick. And he's hitting all of these, which makes me jealous, because I never hit all of mine. Now I'm going to go to my Starmie, and he's going to go for sub, very smartly, whittling me down with Life Orb and Sand damage. So I'm really worried that I'm going to lose this after my what I thought was a really good prediction when I went for Psyshock on his Mega Gross and was able to weaken his Landorus like that. So I didn't really want to lose this, and very fortunately that my Starmie lives this Acro, and I'm going to be able to fry this bird with a Thunderbolt, and that's going to be the game. It was pretty narrow, and it was a pretty long one. I had a lot of fun playing it. Specs Latios is a monster, but only when its run's modest, because then it can 2-hit KO Clefable every time. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this battle as much as I enjoyed playing it. A little announcement. This is probably going to be my last upload until after April 22nd, because I'm going to have a final coming up that I really want to get studied up for. And yeah, so I'll see you guys after April 22nd, unless I find time to upload and I feel like I'm ready for my final. I'll see you guys later, I guess. See you later.